Hi again everyone, Scott Pyre, Popcorn fan here, and for this particular video, I think after I saw the Little Mermaid movie with my buddy Sean, I did a review with him over on his channel, and the more I think about it, the more I actually want to do my own review of the movie, just to give my some of my more in-depth thoughts on the movie and how I see it. I definitely think it's definitely a good film, and it's worth seeing at least once. I know there's a lot of Disney fans out there, especially kids, and I know there's a lot of people that grew up with The Little Mermaid, the original animated film that came out in the late 80s, and a lot of the songs in that movie are very memorable, and especially that one song that's very beautiful, even in this new film, sung by the new actress Hal, or Hal, is that how she pronounces her name? I'm not sure, but I think she did a great job in her role. I think the new actress did a very good job as Ariel, and I like the story because, I'm not sure how far back the idea of a fish out the water story goes. The original animated film might have been the first example of that. I'm not sure, but ever since, the idea of a fish out of water story has been done countless times before. So I'm not sure. The first Little Mermaid movie, the animated film, that might have been the first example of a story like that. But for me personally, I've seen so many movies that have told similar kind of stories where you're following the lead character, and this lead character exists in this very mystical, very fantastical world, and then they get jumped into the real world, and then the rest of the film takes place in the real world, and this fictional character that you're following just doesn't know anything about the real world, about the human culture. And that's something that has always fascinated me for stories like this, and I think they did a really good job with the way they portrayed that, as well as the love story between Ariel and the prince. I forget his name. I apologize. I'm not a huge expert on The Little Mermaid, but there might be some names I don't remember. But I really liked the character of Sebastian. I thought the actor playing him did a pretty good job voicing him. Granted, between him and also the bird, those two characters, there are times where the humor does work, and there's times where the humor between them doesn't work. And also, I mentioned this in my review with Sean, but there's also there's like a more modern rap song included in the soundtrack in this movie, and it was funny. It was funny. I'm not a huge fan of rap, but it was kind of weird hearing a song like that in something like this. It made sense. It was funny. I'm sure a lot of people will get a chuckle out of it. It was okay, but also that third act. Okay, I'm not sure. Obviously, I think it's different compared to the original animated film, but the third act of this movie, it felt like a boss fight in a video game. And then I hope I'm not the only one that feels that way. Lately I've been playing a lot of Zelda, so but the third act of this movie, it almost felt like a boss fight in a video game. And there's a lot of moments where the CG in this movie just isn't polished. I think they did an okay job with the underwater scenes, but when they're not in the underwater scenes, when they're on land, there are spots where you see these CGI photorealistic characters, and they don't always look right. I guess that's the best way I could say that. This is still an enjoyable film from beginning to end, but it does have its flaws. I just think that the one thing that saves this movie for me is the love story between Ariel and the prince. that's probably the thing about this movie that really keeps it together, and also the performances from all the actors across the board. And I also enjoyed Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, but I did at the same time. Uh, I mean, she did a decent job. I mean, she did a decent job as the character. I just think that she wasn't as intimidating as, say, the version of Ursula from the animated film. Um, I didn't think she was that intimidating, really. But she was good. Like, she was really good in the role. I liked Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy. She's more of a comedic actress, and she did a good job as the villain. I just think that she wasn't that intimidating, really. And also, there were times where I didn't really take her that seriously. So there's also that. And also, I mean, you gotta give credit where credit is due. Obviously, the soundtrack is just as solid as it was in the original film. Just that one rap song. It doesn't. I feel like a song like that shouldn't be in a movie like this. But alas, I mean, it was still funny and I liked it. But yeah, I think overall, great performances. Special effects can be good, can be bad at times throughout the film, and the third act just also just didn't seem like it needed to be there. The third act, and also it just felt weird seeing something like that in a movie like this. But yeah, if I had to give a grade for this movie, I think, because I know when I did my review with Sean, I gave it a B plus, but thinking about it a little bit more after seeing it, I think I'd probably give it more of a B minus, at least for me. I don't think this is a great film. I don't think it's terrible either. It's solid, and it's worth watching at least once. It's a decent film, just has a lot of flaws. But yeah, that should do it for this video. I'm hoping to see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse really soon. Probably on Monday, actually. We'll see. And yeah, look forward to that review. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.